guys, and welcome back to KTV Hauls. Today I am reacting to I tried men's clothes from TEMU and SHEIN. I've never bought clothes from TEMU. I never did. I don't think so. DHgate maybe, SHEIN, not TEMU. I heard there's a lot of good things on there, but aren't they kind of like interchangeable? Aren't they similar? Anyway, it's from Oh Hello, so let's react. Let's see what's up. Yeah, some really nice clothes. Very nice options.
I just spent $100 on men's clothes from SHEIN and TEMU. And we're going to see if fast fashion is really worth it. I've long been a believer in you get what you pay for.
Yes.
And that's why I always advise people it's better to spend a bit more money on quality items than to buy cheap things that are probably not going to last. But it's 2024 and fast fashion is everywhere. We've all seen the ads for SHEIN and TEMU, and I've actually never bought anything from any of these sites before.
Now, baby.
So I thought it was time that I tried it out for myself. I've set myself a budget of $100, and I want to see if I can get 3 items from each store: a jacket, a pair of pants, and a pair of shoes.
Wait, hello? Like, the quality just went down. Excuse me? No, we're not doing that.
So I thought it was time that I tried it out for myself. I've set myself a budget of $100, and I want to see if I can get 3 items from each store: a jacket, a pair of pants, and a pair of shoes. So let's dive in and see what's on offer. Okay, so let's start with SHEIN. Let's go to outerwear, men's outerwear. Okay, right off the bat, I can see
layout
one here
has
that I
changed
like.
quite a bit.
$13.89. That's crazy. Okay, I like this.
It looks a lot like TEMU, and I'm not sure how I feel about
medium.
that.
Medium is my normal size, so I'm gonna order everything in my normal size, and then we'll see how the measurements stack up. So let's add this to cart.
I like your watch, sir.
So I'll look at shoes, because I think shoes is often an area that these cheap sites really don't do well. Men's skateboarding shoes.
They actually do. I ordered shoes I used in a photo shoot. If I remember, I'll place it here. But they were cute. They worked for that. They worked for that shoot. And how many shoes did I get from SHEIN? I think only one. Yeah, I think only one.
Why not? I'm not a skateboarder, but they usually have some pretty cool designs. So, wow, that's wild. Funny, it just says
they have Nike
fashion, professional, Sakatobard shoe.
That's embarrassing.
This is what I'm talking about. These are, let's see, I like the idea of these kind of fake leather. I mean, they're $11. Okay, so the price is different depending on what size you choose. Do I want to save some money? I mean,
should I be thankful for big feet or no? Because I feel like everybody has little feet. But it's always my size that's gone. Almost always.
$16. Let's just go for the size that I normally have. Should get some trousers. Let's have a look. Men's bottoms.
Oh, that's unavailable.
Wow. Look at these.
It takes a lot of courage to wear something like that. I don't think I ever could. And I thought about wearing like the black ones.
That is horrendous. Okay, I found a pair of corduroy pants.
I mean, the fitting isn't great, but something like that.
Black. I don't actually currently own a pair of corduroy pants, so I'm gonna get these. Gonna get them in my size. I mean,
when I was little.
$9.29. So I'll add that to cart. The prices keep changing. So everything that I was quoted, they're all down even lower. Like this is now $6.95. This is $6.64. It's just insane. So all right, I'm gonna check out. Okay, so let's try TEMU now. I don't know about you, but I've been calling it TEMU for years, and then I watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
In the ads, they pronounced it TEMU. So apparently we've all been saying it wrong. Let's have a look. That's amazing, but not something
I have something like that. I bought it from Fashion Nova.
I could ever pull off, I think. Okay, I found this, what's called a vintage floral print cotton blend men's casual jacket. But I'm not gonna lie, this is fire. Look at this. I
really like
how
the
this
floral
looks.
print.
black's pretty nice too. Ooh.
Black is so
What
nice.
should I get? The black
Blue.
or the khaki? I think I'm gonna go with the khaki because that looks amazing. Okay, medium.
I think blue would look nice on your skin tone, sir. Your light skin. I mean, then again, blue would look nice on me too, but I'm just saying.
Add to cart, keep shopping. Men's pants. Woo! This type of flare was in when I was in high school. These actually look alright. Let's go with grey. Let's add these to cart. Okay, so let's look for some men's shoes on TEMU. So I think every man should have a pair of white sneakers. The thing I like about these is that they don't seem to have much branding on them, which is great.
It's
okay,
interesting because I see the one up here.
White comfy skate shoes.
This one
don't seem to have. The thing I like about these is that they
If this had a label, it would probably Coco Chanel.
don't seem to have much branding on them, which is great. Okay, these look pretty good. Let's see. White comfy skate shoes for men, $8. They just look so cheap. But that's what I'm here for. Cheap shoes. So let's add them to the cart.
It's all about cheap and comfort these days. I mean, the older you get, the more you're just like, okay, I don't want it on my skin if I'm not comfortable. Sorry, I'm not about to go. I'm not about to put myself through that. No.
Alright, let's check out, see what happens. Okay, been about 10 days, everything has arrived. I've opened the packages and placed everything on this table, and this is the first time that I'm properly looking at everything, so this will be my genuine reaction to everything that I've ordered. Delivery and shipping was pretty quick. I think the Shein order came first in about a week,
pretty fast.
and then the Temu order came in about 8 days. Okay, so on this side, I've got the things that I ordered from Shein, the shoes, pants, and the shirt, and then on this side, I got the same, but this is from Temu. So why don't we start with the shoes? I'm gonna start with this pair of brown leather loafers. First impressions, they're obviously not leather, but then you wouldn't expect proper leather.
What I would do is I would combine that rose jacket with that faux leather and one of those pants with the that's a whole outfit right there, and just mix the other two together, mix and match, because I feel like those two together just
And I
mean, yeah, it works, but you know, in my head I'm looking at it like, okay, if you mix and match it, it's better.
They weren't going to be leather. I would say they look like they did in the picture. I can notice immediately that this shoe here has a dent in the toe. You can see that doesn't seem to be coming out, so it's not off to a great start, but they look all right. They feel all right as well. They look
you could chalk it up to somebody stepping on your shoe.
So next thing to do is try them on, see how they feel and how they look.
Someone healed you. Okay. Alright, looking pretty dapper. Not bad at all. I'm here for it. I think he has a hard time deciding if it looks good or not.
So here are my thoughts on these shoes. Overall, I'm not super impressed. They definitely feel cheap. There's not much cushioning in the sole. When I walk, I can really feel that the sole's a little bit uneven. I don't think I'm going to be able to wear these for more than, 20 minutes, half an hour before my feet start to hurt. I'm going to give these a 5 out of 10 because I don't see them lasting. They look okay, although there is kind of like a little bit of a cheap rain boot feel to them. Overall, they're just okay. Okay, so now let's look at the shoes I got from Shein. These are a pair of white sneakers, and wow, these might be the lightest shoes I've ever held. Genuinely, they feel like there's nothing. That worries me because it feels like they're probably not very rigid and sturdy, and they probably won't last very long. First impressions, they look pretty good. Again, they feel just so cheap.
From a far glance, because I'm a little blind, they kind of look like Air Force Ones a little bit from like a far glance.
Well, that smell, it's kind of like a cheap plasticky,
and also like tennis shoes combined at the same time. Like,
again, what would you expect? They look exactly like the picture. They seem to be in pretty good condition. They're not dirty or have any stitching loose or anything like that.
Like the inspiration is there.
Just got to try them on and see how they feel and how they look.
My guy, could have done a better job perusing through Shein or Temu for better shoes. Like, people always ask me, how do I find this? I said, dig in. Like, do a deep dive into these sections, and you will find something good.
Although they look pretty decent, I like how clean they are. I like that there's no branding on them. Overall, they're just really uncomfortable. I can feel straight away my feet are sweating. There's just no breathability.
Also, never buy a product, and I know somebody has to be the guinea pig, like this man. Never buy a product prior to reading the reviews. Always read the reviews first, make your decision after that, based on those.
I don't think that I would wear these. They're kind of clamping down on the front of my foot. They're not pleasant to wear. So overall, I'm going to give these a 3 out of 10 because they just feel really cheap and uncomfortable.
That's agreeable.
Okay, so let's do the pants next. These are the
Those
black
look really nice
corduroy pants that I ordered from Shein. I can't remember if on the picture it said that they had an elasticated waist or not, but these have an elasticated waist. The fabric feels pretty good. Pretty much
Those
all of
really
the
nice.
stuff I think is mainly made of polyester, which again is to be expected. Polyester is the cheapest material and easiest to manufacture, which is why.
I'm sorry I'm pausing a lot, but y'all are here for my thoughts. I hate polyester. Hate. It rubs against my skin so bad. Unless it's mixed with cotton, no. Sorry. But a jacket like that, I would probably make an exception for, because I'm wearing other fabric underneath that.
Why most of the stuff that comes from these sites is made out of polyester. These look good. They look just like a classic.
Like I said, always look at the reviews, always look at the
They feel
material.
like they're going to be pretty comfy. The material feels alright. It doesn't feel like scratchy or anything like that. It'll really all be about the fit and whether they fit nicely and whether they look good. So let's try these on.
I hate polyester the way Mommy Dearest hates wire hangers, okay?
I'm actually really surprised at the fit. They fit me almost perfectly, and it's rare. I have quite short legs, so it's very rare for me to find a pair of pants that fit me right out of the box, and these do. They're the perfect length. I actually really like the bagginess of them, just kind of got that very loose streetwear style, and they're extremely comfortable, so I'm pleasantly surprised by these. I'm also going to give these an 8 out of 10 because they're comfortable, I think they look good, and they fit really well.
They do.
I will be wearing these.
And what kind of loafers are those, sir? Those are nice. Those are nice.
I can probably see myself wearing these a lot because of the fit and the comfort.
Put that jacket on
and the
now.
style. Okay, so now let's look at the pants from Temu. These are more of a dress type pant. So immediately I can see they're very creased, which tells me they weren't shipped very well. They've obviously been crumpled up. They look alright. They look kind of how they did in the picture. They feel like they're not very breathable at all. I don't feel like any of this stuff is going to be very breathable. I quite like the look of them. They've sent me the correct size. Let's try these on, see how they feel.
That fits you. That looks it. I like the shoe choice. That works. Shein sells similar shoes like that, by the way. I'll show you. It's the one that I mentioned earlier.
Okay, so here's some thoughts on these grey pants. I believe they're meant to be cropped, but as I said, I have short legs, so these actually fit me like a normal pair of pants. Overall, I would say I think they look better than they feel.
I would
the
give it an
fabric
8.
feels a little bit uncomfortable.
Oh,
So
okay,
I'm going to
well,
give these
7.
a 5 out of 10 because although I think they do look really nice, just
It looks like an 8, but he gave it a 5 because he's the one wearing it.
Comfort-wise, breathability,
Yeah.
quality of the fabric, they're just not quite there. I do see myself wearing these on occasion, perhaps to a smart casual or semi-formal function, where I need something that's just a little bit dressier. I think these would fit the part, but I'm not sure that I would wear these on a regular basis because they're just not comfortable enough. These are probably
Right.
the two that I'm most interested in and potentially excited about because I genuinely like the design.
And that's the thing about uncomfortable pants. Like, I don't want my ass riding. I'm sorry. Excuse me for cursing. That riding sensation from going up and just like the itchiness. No, I'm good.
Of both. So let's have a look first at this shirt. This was the first thing I saw when I went onto Shein, and yeah, it looks pretty much exactly like the picture as well. Again, it's
cute.
polyester, and I can tell straight away it's the type of polyester that is not going to be breathable at all. It's going to be sweaty.
So soft.
Let's see. I just put my arm in. Yeah, it's a little bit scratchy on the bare skin, but in terms of the look, like this looks really nice. The colors are good. These pockets here, they're done really nicely. Let's see what it looks like and feels like.
Actually, that works with the faux Air Force. But that can put some things together. Okay. Work. Ooh, I like those boots behind him.
I think it fits great.
Ooh, you should have worn that shirt with those boots behind you, sir. Those rustic boots. Those are nice.
It's actually pretty comfortable as well. Overall, I think this is a great find. I love the colors. I think the colors suit this outfit really well. So I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10.
Wow.
If this was made with a really nice cotton or a cotton twill or something like that, it would be 10 out of 10 for sure. But yeah, this is not too bad, and I definitely think that I'll be wearing this. Okay, finally, this was the jacket that I found on TEMU.
Oh, so
really
you saved
like
the best
this
for
kind of
last.
material. This one probably feels the most premium out of all of the items of clothing. It just feels nicer. It feels good. I really like this, how the inside color is purple like this, and the out is it's kind of white. Again, it looks exactly like it did in the pictures. I can't really fault it. Let's see what it looks like on, how it feels.
He looks happy to wear that one. I like it. Again, on his skin, it's because he's light skinned and this is a very, very light jacket, it almost looks nude. So if he's going for that look, that's great. But if he had gone with another color, that would have worked a lot better for him.
Here are my thoughts on this jacket. Overall, I think it's pretty good quality. I like the fit. The arms are perhaps a little bit long, or a little bit kind of puffy, but overall,
trust me, you want long arms instead of the ones that come here. Like the ones that come here, like what? No, you don't want that. You want it to reach.
Quite comfortable. Seems to fit me quite well. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. The only things that let it down is the zip. It's very difficult to do up and down. It's a very cheap zip. I wouldn't be surprised if the zip is the first thing to break on this. Other than that, this is a great jacket. I think it's going to go well with a lot of different outfits, and I can see myself wearing this. Okay, so we've tried everything on. What are my final thoughts? In terms of the two sites, I don't really think there's any difference between the two of them. They're pretty much the same price. They have a lot of the same products. The shipping time is the same. The quality is pretty much exactly the same.
I think they're owned by the same company because their layout is very similar as well. Around the time that TEMU came out, I noticed that spinning wheel that Shein also adapted that on their website, and I said, wait, what? When was this? Shein never had this, or Shine. So yeah.
In terms of whether I think it's worth buying clothes from these sites, I'm pretty against the idea of just buying cheap clothes without really knowing how it's made, the working conditions, and also just the effect that it has on the environment. So from an ethical point of view, I don't think buying fast fashion is great. If you are going to buy fast fashion, there's some types of clothes that maybe are better to buy than others. Starting with shoes, I mean, it's a really easy decision here. I would not buy shoes from any of these fast fashion sites. The quality is cheap. They're not going to last. They don't feel comfortable. They're going to make your feet sweat. It might.
Hang on. My headphones decided to just kill me.
Decision here. I would not buy shoes from any of these fast fashion sites. The quality is cheap. They're not going to last. They don't feel comfortable. They're going to make your feet sweat. In my opinion, it's not worth it. You're better off getting a good quality pair of shoes. When you're walking around on your feet all day, you want something that's really going to cushion your feet and be comfortable and not give you foot pain. And these are definitely not going to help you out. So I would pass on the shoes. When it comes to pants or trousers, I'd say it's hit or miss. I think this pair of cords is really nice. I actually feel like I probably will wear these, but the other pair of pants were just cheap, uncomfortable, didn't fit very well. I would say you're still probably better off going to a store somewhere, trying on some pants, feeling the fit, feeling the length and the quality, but there are still some good bargains to be found. I wouldn't say it's a total no for buying pants or trousers on these sites, but I would proceed with caution. Okay, and finally, shirts. I think I like both of these shirts, and I'm probably going to wear both of them. They look good, the quality's nice, but how long are they going to last? I'm not sure. Is the fabric the best? Definitely not. But if there's one or two pieces that you see that you haven't seen that style anywhere else, maybe you might want to consider buying one from one of these sites. But I would still say, if you find the same thing somewhere else from a better shop, I would still recommend going and buying the higher quality item. So there you have it. Let me know what you think. Is fast fashion worth it? Or would you rather spend a little bit more money for higher quality items? Let me know in the comments.
Now this is heading to another page. Excuse me. No.
A few months ago, I made a video.
Now, is fast fashion worth it? If you are an introverted, if you are a person that's indifferent to being around company most of the time, then yes, fast fashion is worth it. If you are aware that at least 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 6 items are not going to go your way. However, stick with me and I will go on a deep dive on these fast fashion websites and I'll find better quality clothes. But anyway, let me know what you think about this video down in the comments below. Let me know what other hauling videos you'd like me to react to. Like, subscribe if you vibe, become a beauty today, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye.